Hello and welcome back. We are into the last game of the evening. Again, it is HellRaisers versus PENTA. It is 1v1. It is cash. How are you feeling about this?
I'm looking forward to it. We were just discussing off stream about how we like cash. It's certainly a good map, I think, in the map rotation that we do have. We've seen a lot of Inferno, a lot of Mirage this evening, a bit of Dust 2 thrown in there as well. So we're going to be changing things up, and we are off onto cash. I think they're just about to start, and I think now to see who starts on once again the more favoured CT side here. But you know, seeing what these two teams have played like so far in this series, James, and you know, and obviously one team wanting to start on the CT side here, what do you think they've got to implement tactically to secure themselves the win in this final map?
AWP.
Yep.
AWP. I think again we've seen now that HellRaisers are capable of the double AWP. It just depends on how successful it will be on this particular occasion. This is a map which lends itself to double AWP if they get to the CT side and have enough rounds to get the AWPs out, etc. Then we'll see if they choose to do that. Again, you know, they can put one person towards the B-bomb site with an AWP and have that extra person over on other parts of the map. It's also going to come down to how both teams choose to contest mid. Often we can see the CTs go for a 1-3-1 setup early on in the round, and once they have control of mid, people will start to spread out to the other sites and possibly leave one person in vents, for example. So you have someone dedicated to the B site, then there's one person in vents who can rotate. And again, it depends on how much damage the Ts can do to the CT side and the contesting of the mid area. So all remains to be seen, really. Again, we don't really know what to expect from HellRaisers because they are a new lineup, and I'm sure they're just finding out what works for them and what doesn't, as well as we are. So things may change from what we see at the moment in the future. So it's all to play for. That's a good thing though, because we have no expectations. We may see some surprises. So we'll have to see how it goes.
I like the fact that Kucher's just typed ready in capital letters to kind of hint to PENTA, like, come on, hurry up, get ready. They're all in here. They're all warming up by the looks of things. I think Spiidi's just sorting some things out, which is why we haven't readied up and are quite not live yet at the second, but it shouldn't be too long before we are, ladies and gentlemen, and we are all certainly looking forward to the last map here and how it quite plays out. With what we've seen so far, it could certainly be a close one indeed. And I'm just trying to think, you know, I know it's all over and done with now, and technically we're just in a best of one situation here, but HellRaisers, I don't know if HellRaisers chose Inferno again, but apparently HellRaisers chose Inferno against Virtus Pro, and they lost 16-8. They just lost against PENTA as well on Inferno. Not too sure if they did have the map pick there, but we know that this is, well, technically a mixed squad because they are they've just introduced 2 new players, but still that's a map that they can already identify that needs to get some work.
Yep, and we'll see how this one goes. Countdown has begun, so we're about to get into the match. PENTA starting on the CT side. Let's see how this goes. Quite curious to see the initial formation for both teams on this map. We're going to find out 8 seconds from now. Let's see how we continue. By the way, the person who won the first bag of swag has not claimed it just yet. So if you don't claim it by the end of this map, then we may give it to the second person, complete with some extra additional items such as that AWP Pit Viper. But for now, Denis starts the proceedings by shooting Kucher straight in the head.
Kucher's not going to be happy with that. We saw him get actually a tiny bit aggressive in the chat, saying to the PENTA guys, come on, go, 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 hurry up. We want to get this last match started. So to find his head knocked off there in round number 1, it's not exactly going to be what he wanted. But it looks like the bomb's actually going to be boosted up the top here. And they're going to try and get that control over mid, which, as you pointed out earlier on, is pretty darn important. They're going to also smoke off main over towards mid, or Z, as some people like to call it as well. Various different call-outs for that area, but I'm liking this position here from Spiidi, just hiding on the edge of the smoke to see if he can catch any T players out, and he's going to be able to find one. I do believe the Strugs gets knocked out there, but in comes the push over towards the A-bomb site.
Okay, still in position though, just emerging now, and gets another frag onto AdreN. Angel going to be the last one standing, caught while he's reloading by Denis emerging from mid, and I think we might have seen a bit of a teabag there to boot on the first round of this pistol, so all kinds of shenanigans going on. Important round for PENTA. Let's see, gonna see a late buy from them. Bison coming out for Strugs. Let's have a look at what kind of Bison. See if he's a respectable man, got himself a battle squad or not. So we have quite the eco here from HellRaisers. Just the Tech 9 on flamie, P250 on Dosia, not much else to speak of. Bison Antique, I like his style.
Nice. Man's got swag. But here we go into round number 2. No initial indication about where the bomb could eventually be heading, although they have got a lot of presence over towards A main. Indeed, mid control in full for the CTs by the looks of things, and there's only going to be one player challenging over there, which will actually be Angel. But here we go. Looks like they're going to make their way over towards the A-bomb site now. Spiidi's going to get caught out here, but that Bison's going to get one. It gets two indeed. Strugs with 2 huge frags before flamie eventually responds. But it's going to be a quick clean-up here by the looks of things. 3 FAMAS kills in quick succession here for PENTA, securing their first anti-eco win. And round number 2 for them here on Cash.
Hashtag respect the Bison. I'm going to upgrade to those FAMASes, to those M4s. Galil's AK is coming out for the HellRaisers side, of course. They are going for that 4 spy on round 3 here to kick things off. Not going to want to allow an extra eco for the CTs to build up that bank. They want to break it as soon as possible. AdreN with a passive position there. You can see he's just shooting quite high through the smoke. That's because there are boxes there where the CTs can jump onto behind that smoke. So he's pre-firing to make sure if anybody's there, they do get eliminated before they push forward and make a mistake. Both teams quite spread out on the map at the moment. As you can see, we've got Denis in the vent area. Next is going to be the de facto B player, as kRYSTAL is going to try and hold down mid. So suddenly emerging T is going to shoot kRYSTAL down to 21 HP while he has a nade in his hand, which is definitely not what he was looking for. Denis going to get a bit aggressive, overextend as he gets punished by Dosia, just waiting for a mistake to be made. 40 seconds on the clock though, and HellRaisers have a decision to make.
It's only going to be Strugs left alive on that A-bomb site as he's being circled there before Spiidi does come in and start to rotate. Actually, he's just going to stick himself over towards CT spawn there by the looks of things. But in comes the push from the T, so now comes the rotate. Dosia's going to be able to get one before Strugs actually takes down AdreN there by the looks of things. So that's all going to be left in a 2 versus 4 situation here. The bomb's been planted, and by the looks of things, I think PENTA are taking the sensible decision and just backing away and saving that M4 and that FAMAS, which they have in hand. kRYSTAL very low on only 21 points of health there, but considering the fact that HellRaisers did in fact go for that early bite, that was already an important round for them to pick up here, and that's what I love, about CSGO. Some people class it as just what happens in the late rounds that can contribute to the result at the end of the match, but things like these early round wins here in round number 3 can be pretty darn crucial.
kRYSTAL gave the game away there, a bit quick on the trigger finger, didn't get the frag. And a little thing to point out there was we saw Angel remained on the boost spot as the push came in successfully onto the A-bomb site. He was just basically cutting off the rotation through mid up a slope to give the HellRaisers team one less position to worry about. So they only had to focus pretty much on Car, because obviously he had the rotation through A main and A door as well. So good positioning there, paid off for HellRaisers, and they are going to go straight towards A main as they are expecting something of an eco from the CT side. They may not be aware that there are that many CTs on the site, but it won't matter really as they take them all out. 2 remaining versus 4. See if Denis can get a frag to even things up, and indeed he will. 2 frags. Now, all of a sudden, this is winnable for PENTA. They do have a kit on next. He is joining Denis from the mid area. Angel, though, going to get the jump on Denis while he has a nade in his hand. flamie on 6 HP, but gets the frag anyway, using the element of surprise there, hiding behind the pillar. So, started to go a bit sour for HellRaisers early on after that plant, but they managed to eke out the win with 2 surviving.
And what's that going to do now to the economy of PENTA? Once again, we saw them with a kind of like an awkward bite. It looked like in the round number 4 even, sorry. But now they're just going to be on an eco. We've got 2 P250s, only 1 smoke grenade and 1 flashbang, both in the hands of kRYSTAL as we go into round number 5. So they should all things according to script go in the favour of HellRaisers once again here. But I'm liking Strugs there, pushing you aggressively, just seeing if he can get any information from A main, seeing if he can spot anybody. But have a look at this from Spiidi. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. He's made his way right through Squeaky, and he is going to be able to find a couple of players there, but he's actually not taking advantage of that.
He's got the bomb as well. Have a look at that. Just see it in the corner of your radar there. Spiidi has all the information. He's like Kuryakyn in Mission Impossible right now. Sorry, I'm talking to Man from Uncle, in fact. I'm old school, very old school, showing my age right now. 5 versus 1. Spiidi had a lot of information there, but wasn't able to do anything with it. Obviously, the first frag he gets, suddenly he'll have the whole team on his back. So he wanted to make sure he made the right frag. Ideally, one where he could pick up the weapon and mount more of an offense. But the opportunity did not arise for him, and it will be next to field some kind of assault on the remaining players, as he literally has nothing to lose here.
Nothing to lose. As he's going to spot one player just in mid behind the box there. He is going to get taken down with 14 points of health. No, he's actually going to back away there. But he is eventually going to get spotted. Kucher will finish him off with the AK-47. And for the first time on Cash, we see HellRaisers with the round advantage. So 3-2 is going to be the score. Of course, now because Penta have saved, they are going to be able to buy here. kRYSTAL once again going for the AWP. And, you know, one thing about Cash is that I have to say you don't really see too many teams utilising an AWP on the T side of it on a very often occasion. That's just from what I've seen on Cash sometimes. But we'll see if kRYSTAL can do any damage with it on the C.
Okay, so let's have a look at where kRYSTAL is playing with the AWP. He is, of course, going to be playing mid, at least for now. See if he chooses to rotate his position. Or it can be useful rotating between the A site and mid as well, but often you may want a second person for that. Possibly somebody looking from T vents. Again, seeing many slow rounds here from both sides. It's a bomb commonly being left in this area for HellRaisers, as we saw when Spiidi was there on the eco. Boost coming in mid, but will not find anybody to engage. Strugs is below this boost. They have that crossfire that we saw from the teams yesterday. I believe it was No Problem, the Norwegian team, who played this kind of crossfire very strongly indeed. And again, just look how slow the rounds are coming in here for both teams. I think we may have the smokes incoming. Let's have a look at how they push the site. kRYSTAL not having any of it from these Ts. He hasn't been smoked off, and he is going to do some damage here.
He is, as kRYSTAL is going to get a second frag down onto kucher. This push onto the A-bomb site being shut down in quick fashion here from the German Penta squad. Dosia is not even going to be able to find a kill whatsoever there. All 5 players left alive. Strugs left on 2 HP. Angel will eventually get 1, but he's not going to get any more as Denis finishes him off. And once again, we are back all even here. 3-3 is the score going into round number 7. Because HellRaisers did win 3 in a row, I do believe, they are going to be able to buy it once again here. Plenty of money in the bank. And I said about how sometimes you don't really see the AWP utilised too much on the T side of Cash. Well, kucher's proving me wrong because he's got 1 in hand.
Okay, so let's see how kucher is going to use it. Looks like he's going to try and get a fast pick on B. And he gets a perfect angle here. Looks like kucher's been secretly AWPing unbeknownst to stream watchers, as there was always a more dominant AWP on the HellRaisers side. AdreN, passive position in A main, looking for a potential push from the CTs, possibly with a flash, which can be common there, just to try and even things up, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Again, we have the crossfire in mid, but HellRaisers seem to be content, not really contesting mid at the moment. 3 rounds on their side at the moment. They're going to go for a fake towards A. However, Strugs may be in a position to hear that, and you can see he gets the timing smoke in there. However, the previous smoke was dissipating. We have a push towards the vent, but he's going to run straight into next, and that will be an indication of the intention of the terrorists.
Their game has been caught out, unfortunately for them. They are still stats over here towards the B-bomb site, and AdreN and Dosia are going to open things up, leaving next the last one left alive. He will respond, leaving himself now in a 1 versus 3 situation. He's in mid, as you can see, but that bomb's going to be making its way over towards B. And unfortunately, I don't think, however hard he may try, he's going to successfully be able to pull off this 1 versus 3. The bomb's still not been planted, but as soon as I say that, it does in fact go down. And he played well in vents earlier on. He got the information for the rest of his team that they were going to be in fact, pushing towards B. But unfortunately, the entry frags came in from HellRaisers, leaving Next now the last one left alive. So he's going to save that AK-47, rightly so. He's got grenades, head armor, and a kit as well on his back to save. And once again, we're going to see HellRaisers with the round lead here. So this is looking good for them. But, you know, I have to say, we saw HellRaisers play Inferno earlier on. They started on the T side, which is the less favoured side. They managed to rack up 7 rounds, which really, in all honesty, is more than enough, and still PENTA won. So even though HellRaisers are already on 4 rounds and are starting to do some good work on the less favoured side here on cash, I'm still not going to call it that could potentially be the key to them winning the map, because we saw earlier on in Inferno that it just wasn't the case.
Back and forth the rounds go. HellRaisers with a 1 round advantage and a little bit of money in the bank. This is pretty much a disaster for PENTA at the moment. Of course, the CT side being very favoured. Cash is a map where the CTs can take 10, 12 rounds, and they are 1 round down with 7 rounds in the bag on this map. So they're not going to be happy with this so far. And again, they've got no money in the bank whatsoever. So if they lose this round, they are going to be in dire straits. That will be putting it lightly. Next, going to try and abuse this gap in the smoke to try and find a frag. Almost takes down kucher. Kucher left with 11 HP for 5-2 now. And PENTA, no choice but to try and save these weapons and do what little they can with them in the following round.
Really not starting to sit pretty here for PENTA. HellRaisers have turned on the aggression, and it's working for them. They're getting some nice entry frags, they're getting control of the bomb sites, and they're successfully able to convert from there. So kRYSTAL's got to be careful now. Both of those players are together, so if they do get caught out, and it's not going to play very pretty for them whatsoever. It's crucial that they hold onto these all-important rifles, but Angel's going to have something to answer about that. He's going to find one, but Spiidi will shut him down there, so just a bit of revenge coming in here from the CT German side. They are able to hold on to those 2 rifles, but unfortunately the economy for the rest of their squad is absolutely dire here. And that's going to mean HellRaisers now have a 2-round advantage as we go into round number 9.
The Germans. I haven't said that once, actually.
Really? Is that a
Face of
usual
TV.
thing for you?
I've never said the Germans, but I feel like I should have said it at least once, so there it is. kRYSTAL has left the building on this fast eco here from PENTA, trying to, well, shock on aura it seems like, but those will fall. The rifle on PENTA will fall. Going to be picked up by Denis, as you can see there. Has a flashbang as well, so could get into the mix of that. However, nobody is anywhere near him right now. HellRaisers being very passive, and Denis is emerging slowly. If AdreN can find an angle on Denis, as he will, then that will pretty much put a stop to PENTA here. They are miles away from the 2 rifles that are on the floor on the map right now. You can see Strugs running towards mid to try and find some action. Find some action he will. Angel low on health there, 13 HP, but has the angle to surprise Strugs before he knows what hit him. Clean round pretty much for HellRaisers. They won't mind 1 person dying there. Few quite tagged, but that's all. So 6-3 in favour of HellRaisers. PENTA will bring out the buy again, which will leave them with no money in the bank afterwards. So this is just going bad to worse right now, and HellRaisers putting themselves in a great position to glide through this map on the CT side.
And we go round number 10 it will be. It looks like the split is going to be coming in, favouring A at the second. We've only got 1 player, which will actually be Dosia over towards the B-bomb site at the second. And heavy presence here from the CTs over towards mid. Spiidi's going to start things off there and get flamie through the door, actually, by the looks of things there. So that is going to make him a very angry terrorist. But we can see 1 player who I believe is stacked up in vents, which will be Denis. And we've got 1 on short, which is Strugs as well. So making sure that they can try as best as they possibly can to remain in control of mid, which, as we should all know, is a crucial area on a map like Cash. Okay, so again, a slow start to another round here. Let's have a look at this CT position. Denis is just holding a pop flash as Dosia is looking for someone to shoot in the face. Meanwhile, in mid, we have kRYSTAL almost completely smoked off by these terrors. Has to be aware of the mid entrance and boost spot as well. And there's kucher just running out and shooting him in the face for fun, it seems. 4 versus 4 now. PENTA going to have potential rotation here. Next was going to go towards mid, but after Denis spots Dosia, he will just stay around the B bomb site in case there's a stack.
And it will be Spiidi watching mid from A instead. Now we see the T start to emerge. It's going to be Angel first. Spiidi going to get the better of him. They don't know where the bomb is right now. And Kucher is in mid with the AWP, 22 HP. AdreN going towards A now with the bomb. We'll have CTs on either side, and that's going to be a very easy frag indeed for Strugs. Now, let's have a look at what Kucher plans to do here. 2 seconds remaining. He's going to die after the clock, it seems, unless he's lucky. He's not lucky. Gets one frag as he goes down, and that's going to be an AWP in the hands of PENTA. And again, they won around, but look at the cash on him. That AWP is going to be all important. Goes straight over to kRYSTAL. That will allow them to save a little bit of money.
So, HellRaisers still able to buy. Although, yeah, they are going to have that 4th AK-47 there for Dosia eventually getting in his hands. They are able to buy, but still their money's not sitting too pretty, and it's really close between these two squads. HellRaisers are having a good T side here, which is exactly what they do want, being the less favoured side, but still you cannot count PENTA out. If you've been watching this series so far, it's certainly been close. We even went to a second overtime on the first map, which was Mirage, earlier on this evening. It feels like ages ago now, though, that we saw that overtime. It feels like quite a while. We've had some good Counter-Strike action since. But heavy presence over towards mid for HellRaisers. Just getting control, seeing if they can find any aggressive pushes coming from the CTs. But they're not deciding to do that. Angel will get boosted up here to see if he can find anybody in mid. But what do you think about this passive play on mid here coming in from PENTA?
Well, actually, I'm just really curious to see what this nade does that Denis keeps holding on that angle. But we may not see it anytime soon. Okay, there it is. So it is essentially a pop flash off the corner of that area, which I can't show you with my mouse right now, but you can see where his crosshair is. He's doing it again. That's a great pop flash there by Denis. Almost gets 2 frags out of it. In fact, he will. I am going to steal that one. Thank you very much. Frags come in from kRYSTAL now. That AWP may be the game changer for PENTA, but Denis has done fantastic work holding towards B. So there's a little flashbang for you guys to learn, which will allow you to go for a pop flash peek on your own if you're holding checkers as a CT. And again, we cannot underestimate the value of those 2 frags by Denis. It's allowed PENTA to win that round with minimal damage. The AWP survives as well, which is all important. Now we see HellRaisers with 4 rifles and a CZ.
Angel going to be left with only a measly little pistol in hand, so he is not going to be happy with that. But all of the presence from the Ts is going to be heavily over towards the A bomb site right now. And actually the CTs are going to get aggressive over towards A main as well by the looks of things. So this is just going to be an absolute cluster over here towards the A bomb site. In go the kills heavily in favour of the CTs here, and a clean sweep in a matter of no time whatsoever. No casualties here for PENTA, evening things up to 6 on 6. And HellRaisers, you know, that almost looked like HellRaisers won an eco, which they definitely weren't. They had 4 rifles, but PENTA just cleaned them up before they even had time to react. Indeed,
they're going to be on eco now. And PENTA may swing things back towards a 9-6 here on the CT side, which would be much better than things were looking earlier on in this half. And that's still doable for both teams here. kRYSTAL putting in yet more work, but the Rec 9 is real, and Denis will fall. See, the CTs have immediately all rotated over to the B bomb site. Strug's going to push through the vent, get a frag, retreat, and that's going to take the attention of both Ts. He's just going to Rambo them both, which is looks a bit crazy when they're both aiming at him, but that's how it goes sometimes. Lots of money now for PENTA. Things looking starkly different to how they were previously. Kucher going all in on the AWP. He is naked, no armor to speak of.
Glass cannon it is going to be for that man. This is a crucial round here. Round number 14 it is. HellRaisers, no matter really even if PENTA take the remaining few rounds here in the first half. That's a nice pick there onto kRYSTAL to start things off. But yeah, on that point, HellRaisers are going to be happy no matter what, really, to be quite honest, that they've got 6 rounds here. But with the way that they've been playing in the early rounds, they would have wanted to get more out of this. Suddenly PENTA have turned up the game though, and they've been able to get the round advantage lead here over the T squad. The first pick goes in favour of HellRaisers to start things off here. And they are going to get some more attention going over towards B by the looks of things in Dosia and Kucher with that AWP as well. So no AWP in play here for the CTs as kRYSTAL has gone down, but with 1 minute left on the clock, it looks like it's going to be a B split.
I haven't seen that many pushes through mid from HellRaisers, but look at the amount of rounds. They seem to enter it later on rather than contest it early. This time, though, Nex is going to dominate that position and the vents as well, brings things back to 3 versus 3. However, he will finally fall to Kucher, and these trades are going as neck as these rounds are. 2 versus 2. AWP in the hands of Kucher as opposed to kRYSTAL, who is dead in this round. So let's see who this goes in favor of. Kucher has spotted one of them. Nade coming in from the second one, yet unknown. Nade going to do a bit of damage. Trades yet again, down to 1v1. Kucher will not win on this occasion. PENTA bring it 8-6, looking good for 9. Let's have a look at the T economy. Again, they're going to be able to go for pretty much a full buy this round as they did get the plant. So that's an extra $800 per person. They won't be able to afford the AWP on this occasion, but outside of that, they're going to have AKs, they're going to have nades.
I've got to give it up to Spiidi there. He picked up some crucial frags in vents and then was even able to pick up a player whilst he was only left on 20 points of health on the B bomb site there. So great awareness from him, great frags. And that helped secure the round there for the German squad of PENTA. So here we go. We are into the last round of the first half here on Cash. kRYSTAL, just before getting smoked off, takes down Angel to start things off here. So already, once again, looking favourable here for PENTA. And if they can convert this to a 9-6 score and then potentially take the pistol afterwards, you never quite know. They could finish off HellRaisers, though. We will see. It's certainly been a close series from what we can see so far. And I think, James, all things considered, it looks like this could potentially be a very close Game 3 as well.
Indeed, it could. Now look at the movement of HellRaisers. They have taken over the checkers area. They're smoking lower CT. We have a push from a CT. That's going to be... let's have a look. That's going to be Denis, in fact, with support from Next. Denis getting 2 frags. He has been a beast in that checkers area, even when the Ts are occupying it. Not sure if the bomb will come up on the CT radar as it was in the smoke, but no matter. 9-6 it is. So PENTA eking out a good CT half after a terrible start. Going to go straight into the second half here, as I don't know what time it is in Kazakhstan right now, but the sun is probably blazing through AdreN's window at this point.
It's about 5:30 in the morning, I do believe. If it was about an hour ago that they said it was 4:30, it should be 5:30 now.
You are a mathematical genius.
That's amazing, isn't it? I only got a C in maths GCSE, so don't blame me if I
would
get
have given
wrong.
you a C+.
Thank you, I appreciate that. If only you were my invigilator at that time.
I'm not that old, fortunately. So, let's see how this pistol goes. Again, it's all quiet. Every round so silent here. Very, very slow play. It's very interesting. There are two notable Denises in Counter-Strike, and the Swedish one likes to charge up into mid on the T side, especially on the buy rounds, and just blast the AWP at people, but not so much seen that so far. See if PENTA have a different approach when the buy rounds come in, but for now it's the pistol, and safety in numbers is going to take control of the A site. You have Angel just trying to stay alive in the car area. More T's coming to try and take him out. AdreN trying to mount an offense and help out an Angel, who's currently on 4 HP. AdreN taking down Denis, again using the range on that USPS. And flamie putting in some work as well. One-man disadvantage for the CTs. And again, AdreN is very low on health versus 3 players. But again, not that much health going on either. But PENTA will find a headshot and an assist, and he will take the pistol round. And now, PENTA could use the momentum here and run away with this match.
Do you reckon they will, or do you reckon HellRaisers stand a chance? They are on the more favoured side here, but obviously PENTA now have got powerful rifles.
If HellRaisers win the buy round, they could easily win every round after that. Well, not easily, but it's a viable thing that could actually happen, basically. It's all going to come down to economy.
Anything can happen. That's why we love CS. We've mentioned it before, and we will mention it again. So kRYSTAL, although PENTA did win the pistol round, of course, he's just going to try and save up for that all-important AWP for him. We've seen what damage he can do with it, so he's just going to go down to a Tech 9. But we know, again, what damage that can do. And the stack coming in over towards the A-bomb site here is not going to pay off for HellRaisers whatsoever, as there hasn't even been a bullet shot yet. Now there has been, as kucher finds them all over towards the B-bomb site, but in comes the quick rotation. And, well, they're not even going to quickly rotate. They're just going to go through Squeaky and kind of have a chat over there by the looks of things. So PENTA are easily going to be able to take this round, but...
it's because they've all got armor.
That's
why. Not worth them retaking it. So they're going to have a meeting of the minds here instead. And, wow, I didn't even know that you
I was
could
just
do
about to
there.
say, I didn't know that.
I mean, generally speaking, there isn't really going to be a purpose for it unless you're saving in that room. Learn something new every day. The PENTA team starts to snake out of the B bomb sites. Strugs, I don't know why he was standing there. And he is dead for no reason, as is kRYSTAL. He was just like standing like 10 meters from the bomb. I don't know why he was standing there.
Look,
he had teammates much further advanced than he was. So
it's getting late, I think.
Yeah, that's slightly weird. As now they have a FAMAS, a Kirill, and kRYSTAL ecoing for the AWP. Alrighty then. Another eco coming out for HellRaisers. flamie going to get the first frag onto Denis. Doing great damage here in mid. Taking next as well. kRYSTAL, 16 HP. This round has fallen apart in all of 10 seconds for PENTA.
And all thanks to the CZ7-5. 3 frags for the CTs, 3 frags for the CZ7-5, taking out those players. But still, it's not over quite yet. Spiidi's going to respond to even things up into a 2-on-2. But Spiidi's got to be very careful because he's only left on 14 HP. He's going to get caught out there to the hands of Angel, leaving Strugs, the last one left alive. He's got a couple of flashbangs there, which are going to go down. Not going to find anybody, though, initially. And Angel and Dosia pushing in together. He's got his eyes on Heaven, but they know exactly where he is. He's going to find one. He's not going to be able to find the second. And that's going to be an eco win coming in here for HellRaisers, mainly thanks due to your favourite weapon, James, the CZ7-5.
You have to wonder though, if they didn't have 2 players needlessly die on the B bomb site to the explosion, literally for no reason, then you have to wonder, would kRYSTAL have had just a pistol? Would he have bought the AWP? I mean, it may be that he chose not to because he's against an eco, but I mean, he may have bought it straight away. And who knows what would have happened?
Well,
I suppose if you run that situation 10 times, they're probably going to win around 7, 8 times out of 10 anyway. So there we go.
Talking about AWPs, kRYSTAL still decided to go for one. He's going for one glass cannon style. No armor for him, of course, that means. And Spiidi actually has got the scout. So interesting buy coming in. You don't really see that too often, in my opinion, on the T side here of on Cash. Sorry, it is definitely getting late indeed. But whatever decides to work for you guys, we will see. kRYSTAL just on boost as you actually on top of the van at the back there to see if he can find any players, and Kucher's going to see if he can spot anybody as well just before he smokes out mid-main there, not allowing any T players through soon. So with 1 minute left on the clock, no casualties in round number 19, although action seems to be going down towards the A-bomb site as Denis start things off against Kucher.
Okay, so he is going to take a back seat for now, as PENTA will emerge with other players. The flank is coming in though from AdreN, and the fact he hasn't seen anybody yet is going to make the rest of the CTs rotate over to the A-bomb site. So they're going to have a stronger hold than they otherwise may have with these rifles. And as PENTA wait longer and longer and longer, they have a flank of their own coming in from mid, but AdreN has a flank of his own coming in from A main, and that's going to be the first frag. Bomb is down now for the T's. 2 versus 2, make that 2 versus 1. Next, the only one remaining, and HellRaisers pulling themselves back into this match here. Got the AWP on flamie as well, who I'm sure will throw it over to Kucher. And things are getting interesting here. So many trades back and forth, both in kills, both in rounds.
Certainly a close game for certainly a very close series. So PENTA are going to be punished for not able to convert that push onto the A-bomb site there, and they're just going to be down 2 pistols. No armor, just a flashbang in the hands of Denis. A couple of Tech 9s and a couple of Deagles as well. Kucher's going to get knocked down to about 70 HP there, and we already see AdreN down to 14 thanks to that Tech 9. But flamie's going to come in, pick up 2 quick kills in a row as 1D comes in there onto AdreN to finish him off. Eventually was already low, but it's a 3 versus 3 as things stand. They do have control of the B-bomb site initially, although Kucher's going to shut down next, who did pick up an M4A1 into his hand. The bomb's not been planted. Angel is going to be aware that there could be a player coming through mid. He's going to find him, leaving Strugs now the last player left alive with only 4 points of health. He's going to get taken out by the AWP of Kucher there, and there's only 2 rounds the difference now here. PENTA did take the pistol round and looked strong to be able to take cash here until suddenly HellRaisers once again decided to wake up. And as we said, 2 rounds difference, so this could still go either way.
All right. As Chewwy said, it is a 2-round deficit only now for HellRaisers. Kucher looking sharper and sharper with this AWP as well. Great to see on this new HellRaisers lineup, where there was initially definitely a question mark on the AWPing ability of this new lineup, but question no more, as he is doing fantastic work with this right now. But again, on a lineup with Simple and then Markelov, it's not often you're going to be able to pull out the AWP yourself. That said, both men have left the building, and now it's down to Kucher with the big green gun, and he is doing work. He is doing well.
We've also seen Angel do some work with it as well, so, you know, it's pretty impressive. You've got to say from the HellRaisers squad, there certainly shouldn't be any more questions about AWPing ability after this best of 3. But away from that, let's get back into the action. We are in round number 21, 50 seconds left on the clock. In comes the entry frag onto the B-bomb site for Crystal as he takes down AdreN. But flamie in a lovely position here. He's going to take down 1. Will he take down 2? Yes, he will indeed. Left on only 3 points of health before he tries to challenge there with the USP in hand. It's not going to quite work out for him, though. But he's allowed some time for the rest of his CTs to try and rotate here. Crystal gets another frag, so that's going to mean things are in a 2-on-2 situation. And Dosia up here at the top of heaven is going to see that they are going to be able to get that bomb down. And it's actually a fake plant coming in there from Crystal, that looked like. But with 20 seconds left, they've got to get that bomb down, and they've got to do it soon.
Oh, he's in trouble now.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of trouble now because he's going to have to plant the bomb here, unless he's going to go for both frags. But the trade is going to come in from HellRaisers. I think he should have just planted the bomb there. And he's going to regret that. No $800 bonus either. If they buy now, they're looking at Galils. They're looking at, I don't even know what for Denis. He's got $2,600. So that was not good for PENTA.
HellRaisers certainly aren't going to be complaining, though, as we head into round number 22. And once again, the German side are going to be forced down to only use those pistols. We'll see if they do get aggressive, but they're already firing shots with those pistols, so that should indicate to the HellRaisers squad that this is going to be an eco buy here. And so it starts with Dosia taking down Denis to start off this round. The bomb's making its way up towards a main kind of area, I do believe, but they are going to be backing away over towards mid. Spiidi is going to be trying to see if he can get some information there as he smokes off that nice little area there over towards the CT spawn. It did actually land a bit too close for comfort, really, there. If you can try and get that just to the left a bit, it will land right in that door frame there. It's not really going to matter too much, though, in the grand scheme of things, as it will all be left up to Strokes. In Crystal, they get knocked down quickly. And James, we are even in maps, and we are even in rounds.
If you want to know how to correctly smoke off that area, have a look at Faceit.com on YouTube. We have actually got a tutorial specifically with that smoke. So
I was leading up to that. I was hoping you were going to do that.
After the map, after the match. 11-11 now. Again, just continual trades here in this final map. No clear winner just yet. Fast frags coming in from PENTA, looking to rush the site, but flamie has other ideas, just doing just as well as Denis did in the B area. 3 frags for flamie now, as his teammate Angel in vents, runs distraction. 4 frags for flamie, almost gets an ace. Kucher comes in with the save, and what a huge round for flamie. 22 and 13 right now. He is top fragging for the HellRaisers side. He is top fragging across the whole map. As we go into round 24, HellRaisers now with a 1-round advantage. PENTA with the force buy. Crystal saving money because he wants that AWP.
Although I don't like to show favouritism towards the team, flamie has, I had to say so far from what we've seen in both of these series, flamie's been the man of the day for me. He's certainly been putting in some big numbers, some big kills when needed.
Potatoes. Look at the damage from that nade.
Was that one nade?
Crystal next. That was 1 nade.
Wow.
In the face, baby. But PENTA don't care about no nades. 2 frags here. And again, the trades, it's like no one can string rounds together here. They're just annihilating each other, taking turns. Now it's HellRaisers, only 2 people remaining. Got one of their stars, flamie, looking to bring things back. Only going to get the pistol or crystal down as the remainder of the team charge towards the A bomb site where Dosia will have to hold. flamie not moving from the B bomb site just yet. This rotation is going to be far too little, far too late. Dosia manages only 1 frag, exposing his whole body to Denis, who gets the instant trade there. You can see this is something that Existence from Titan does as well. When he's on the T side, he likes to pick up the silenced M4s. Stealth giving that split-second advantage that may mean all the difference. flamie looking to save this AWP. Going to try and get an exit frag from distance here, as Strugs tries to hold down the fort in case of a potential flank. But there will be none, and they will exit in the right direction to avoid flamie, for now at least.
And once again, we're all even.
Once again, we are. I think we're going all the way with this one.
Do you reckon we're going to see another overtime? It's certainly looking like we could.
I certainly hope not after all these delays.
Yeah, it's certainly been a long one. It's certainly been a late night. But We love it.
I want to eat the rest of my chocolate croissant before it goes rock hard.
That's your aim. I just want to make sure I get home to bed in time, so I have to be up at a good, reasonable time with some good sleep for lectures tomorrow.
I don't even know how you are going to sleep at all today.
I don't think I'm going to, but it's worth it for some good CS, right?
I most certainly hope you do. Now, we have another fast push here from PENTA, but HellRaisers kucher is going to slow them down with that frag, moving into the dazed position. Tags kRYSTAL, double peek coming in from the PENTA side, but not enough to stop kucher. Gets another frag. Finally, they take him down, but now only Spiidi remains for the PENTA side. Doesn't have the bomb either. Is on the complete other side of the map. Is being hunted now by the players. Angel will be leading the charge as Spiidi just runs around with a nade. I think Angel heard him there. Doesn't know he's holding a nade, so obviously he's going to just try and smoke him off, slow him down, get some support from his teammates. No need to give him a 1v1 when it's 3v1 in favour of HellRaisers. Spiidi going to re-smoke, possibly try to allow him to push if he chooses to. Gonna go for a pop flash there, and another smoke he finds, so more shenanigans to be had. We'll try to make him way to that box that you can call headshot, as if you're standing behind it, all that is showing is your head. You can crouch, and it's a bit of a stealthy position. Always needs to be checked if you start to flank as a CT, but never mind that. 13-12, HellRaisers now. They are 1 round ahead and 3 rounds away from winning this match.
It looks like they're going to be in a good position to take round number 26 here, if things go according to script, specifically for the fact that there are 2 pistols in the hands of the T players of PENTA, and their money really isn't sitting pretty whatsoever. So they're just going for an awkward kind of force buy here. Will it pay off? We're about to find out, but kucher once again, we saw him get some nice entry frags there on the A-bomb site with his AWP in the last round. Can he repeat it again? We're about to see. They're just going to push through the smoke here. They do not care. They're just going to try and get that mid control, and HellRaisers are going to allow them it as they make their way up towards mid. Are they going to back away and go through A main towards the A-bomb site? We're about to see, but 1 minute on the clock.
Interestingly, kucher has rotated from the A site of last round to the B bomb site. He's not holding an aggressive angle, though, like you would see from other AWPers such as Neo for Virtus Pro when he holds B. Instead, he's holding a passive angle, going to allow his teammates to rotate. But HellRaisers could get a 2-round lead here as they have 2 fast frags. Bomb still in control of PENTA, though, and kucher may be in with a challenge now. Angel starting to tag down next, gets 2 tags on him. There's the 3rd one. He's going to be out for the count now. kucher still holding the bomb site down, has spotted 1 player. That's the bomb as well, so we're going to see the rotation from the CTs as kucher takes down Denis. kRYSTAL, last man standing, versus 4. Not looking good for PENTA right now. Went for the force buy, did not work out for them. Now they're floating around 2,000, 2,000 and a half. While HellRaisers start to build their bank. 7,000 on Dosia, 7,000 on kucher. They should be good for a little while here.
On the other hand, though, PENTA are not good whatsoever. They are really low. They've just got nothing to buy anything. They've got 1 P250, and that is it. It
looks like they have no choice but to play for overtime now. As this eco, if they do not win, which they should not win, with 4 Glocks, will mean that HellRaisers are on 15.
But James, they've done it before, so they can do it again. They've managed to take it to overtime once.
I think Angel was trying to bounce a flash off the rim there, but didn't get the aim right, and it went onto the top. PENTA could get a plant here. This would be huge for them, even if they don't win the rounds. But with Strugs, the only one remaining, 36 HP versus 3, looking less and less likely. Gets 1 frag, 8 HP now. We've got Mollies coming in. Cannot plant the bomb anytime soon. If he made 1 mistake and tried to plant it there, who knows? That fire could have got him, but
oh my
gosh, with a massive clutch for PENTA. How on earth did that just happen? That was huge. He keeps them in this game somehow. Again, they started that round with 4 Glocks. I don't have any words for that.
I am baffled. Absolutely baffled as to how Strugs managed to pull that off. But it's plays like that that can make or break a team. And is that going to make PENTA get their motivation back up? Of course, because HellRaisers have taken a few rounds in a row. They are still going to be able to buy up here. But Angel has already been knocked down to 8 HP. And you've got to wonder, what is that going to do to the mindset of HellRaisers here? PENTA still looking strong.
Has the momentum of HellRaisers been broken after such a great start to that round? 1v3 versus a man with 34 HP, no armor, no hope. Molotov in the bomb site How does he win that round?
And he got knocked down to 8 HP as well. After that, another Molotov came in and knocked him down to less than 10 HP.
That is bananas. And kRYSTAL will get wallbanged through mid onto 10 HP. Angel, though, with 8 HP. So things looking ropey for both teams here. But it's going to be... the onus will be on PENTA to try and win this round as they have 45 seconds remaining. And they have no map control whatsoever. They're trying to poke around mid at the moment. Possibly heading towards A main. Starting to emerge out of mid now, but 2 CTs on both sides. Angel getting an important frag there with next to no HP. Trade coming in, but the CTs will have a bit of extra time to rotate.
And goes an important smoke just to cover off that area so that nobody from CT spawn is going to spot them. But have a look at these positions. Dosia lifted up on top of the truck there, I do believe it is. And he's going to try and find one, but AdreN's going to finish things off there on Denis to even things up into a 3-on-3 situation. Bomb has been planted. And they do have kits only in the hands of flamie, though. Dosia's going to get 1. Dosia's going to get 2. Lovely kills coming in. Struggs has got to try and do it again. Oh my gosh, I was hoping to build some hype there so that you could see.
TARDIS.
I was hoping building some hype around Struggs getting another 1v3 clutch would be good.
At least it wasn't the last round.
Yeah, GoTV lag.
Shout outs to GoTV.
Thanks, GoTV. We love you, but we hate you at the same time.
Okay, so we have the force from PENTA. They have 3 pistols, an AK, an AWP. Spiidi doesn't even have any armor. This is, I mean, this is the Chewwy giveaway right here. Whatever you can find. Meanwhile, we have the double AWPs coming out for HellRaisers. And with the money they have, wow, if they lose this round, we may reluctantly be going to overtime. Tags on Denis and Spiidi. Spiidi again, 30 HP, just running around with the Tech 9, but he cannot afford to take any damage whatsoever. Struggs is in a position to try and get a sneaky shot onto someone should mid be pushed by these CTs. Angel, I was just about to say, has to be careful about this flank, and that pick is going to get the PENTA side on overdrive. They're going to rush towards A main. Dosia in a position to try and get a frag. There's the first one. He's moving onto the site now to try and stop the plant coming in. You can see the...
Did he get that shot? Oh
yeah, he did. He's heading in his direction. Dosia doing fantastic work here, but they're going to jump straight on the box. kRYSTAL is going to be the last man standing versus 2. We've seen a 1v3 already from this team. It's not meant to be today. HellRaisers 16-13 of PENTA going to take this 2 games to 1. It was a long slog, but they managed to get over the line in the end.
6 maps for HellRaisers there in total to finish off their day here in SLTV, and they go 2-0 on the day. So although it's been a long, hard grind for them playing, it's certainly been worth it with 2 wins on the clock there. And it must be about 6 AM for AdreN right now. So although he's going to be going to bed incredibly late indeed, he'll be going to bed knowing that they've got 2 victories in a row in their bank.
I think we may be able to have a look at the SLTV standings now and see how things are going in the group. So we can see in Group B, HellRaisers moved to 2nd place above Deponere with 6 points. We can see the upcoming matches is HellRaisers versus that team, I think, who are ex-CPH Wolves, and then Virtus Pro versus PENTA. So those are the 2 remaining groups matches from Group B. Then we will move on to Group C and D, but for now, those are probably the matches you will see tomorrow here on Face It TV. Again, thank you for watching tonight. We will be back tomorrow. I think it's going to be Hoss tomorrow.
Yep, unfortunately I can't make it.
Yeah, thank you for coming in, Chewwy, and hopefully we will see you again soon.
Yep, hopefully. Thank you for having me on board. It's been nice to be back at the Face It Studios for my first time in the new year. So thank you again for everybody here, and thank you guys for watching as well.
See you next time.